Hey everybody, cheers. Happy Wednesday, hump day. I just wanted to do a little DJI Care refresh update. Early July, around July 10th, I initiated a Care refresh for my DJI Avata 2. It had some previous damage from learning how to manually fly. Very minor damage, I should say, just some scrapes here and there. Other than that, everything was intact. Flew well, the whole 9 yards. Then I had a pretty decent crash where I broke the prop guard on the left-hand side pretty good. As well as the propeller. I think the motor on that side was also not well, and I think the gimbal too. So I initiated a Care refresh, fresh into the DJI Care refresh. Sent them my $49, and within a few minutes I got an email accepting the Care refresh. But they also wanted to tell me that with the current state of things here in the U.S., that the process could take anywhere from 30 to 90 days. I was well aware going into this, and my thought process was, let me get the ball rolling on this before possibly things get worse, and maybe it can never be replaced or repaired. So on July 10th, I sent the DJI Avata out via UPS from the label that DJI was kind enough to send me. Now, let me tell you, man, from here to Texas, I'm on the Northeast, here to Texas took about 12 days. However, with that said, I want to say this was just a few days after that horrible flooding that Central Texas had. God bless all those families, and I hope everyone that survived is doing well. With that said, they received it, and there's been no movement now for a few weeks. Yesterday, July 29th, I got an email from them with a tracking number for UPS. When I tell you excited, I was excited. Tomorrow, I am leaving. Today's the 30th of July. Tomorrow, I'm leaving on vacation. And my goal initially, when this was all set up to go, was I was taking my Neo because I wanted to be able to get some quick shots and be with the family on the beach and in the boats and stuff like that. And then the more cinematic shots and videos using the Avata 2. I have some other drones. I have Pavo 20 Pro. I have a Nexa 3.5. I also have a Gep RC Vapor D5, which is still in the box. I have not set it up, not bound, or anything like that. Still on the fence about that. So I sent this out, not expecting to get it back. And here it is, the 30th. And here it is. This came out of Ontario, Canada. UPS received the label yesterday, July 29th. And here it is, almost 1800 or 6 p.m. on the 30th. Let me tell you, that's quick. Quick out of Canada. There is a business name on there. I'm not going to say the business name. But coming out of Ontario, Canada, direct to me. That was quick. Gotta love it. So we'll do a quick unboxing. I'm actually on the fence. Do I take it with me on vacation and do an unboxing on the beach? But then I got to kind of set it up and bind it, which isn't a problem. It's not really a hassle. Do I do it here before I go and make sure it's up and running before I take off? This will be my first trip, also with taking drones on an airplane. So I really don't know. I've done my research. Everything's under 100 watts. They're all factory batteries. I'll put them in storage mode, lipo bags. I know they got to go with me on my carry-on. Like, I've done some research, and I hope it shouldn't be a problem. And now that I got this back, it's like, do I really need to take the Pavo 20 Pro with me? I was kind of dreading having to take the charger and the lipo batteries and things like that, because with the DJI products, you can actually plug the battery chargers in and go to dinner and not have to worry about it, versus having to sit there and babysit the lipos while they are charging. Because the last thing I would want to do would be burn down a building or some sort of incident, so. But anyway, I'm not a huge YouTube person. I do a lot of videos, but I don't do this kind of video vlogging thing. So I got to reestablish the camera. And I think I may just open up the packaging. I'm just curious. I'm really curious if I'm getting a refurb or a new. I don't know. It's coming from a store. I'm going to say probably new. But we'll see. I'll be right back in a minute. All right, we're back. Not sure if that took a minute or so. But anyway, here's the packaging. I did take out the label for, address protection and stuff. I can take off, grab a little unboxing knife here. And I'm just gonna, didn't realize there was a label on the other side, so I'll take that invoice out. As you can see, everything's all sealed up nice. If seal is broken, check contents before accepting. Well, it's too late. They dropped it off, so I guess technically I accepted it, right? Let me see. How's this work? I don't know. This is all new. Anyway, I think this is the top. So, all right, let's go this way. Yeah, I just recently also replaced my Neo, because that was also a learner drone, beater drone, I guess you could call it. And that had some damage. I kind of just wanted to, I used the Neo, I guess, mostly to learn how to start doing some FPV manual mode stuff, and that transitioned into the Avata, and I did pretty well with it. Still had some scrapes and stuff. I think what happens is when you start messing around with the rates and trying to find something that works for you, you end up having more accidents than you anticipate. So that's what happened. And with the current state of everything, with DJI, I'm not sure how that's going to go. So I wanted to get new. I wanted to replace them both, get them new. I paid for it before. I couldn't do it at all, because I know some people out there that I've seen on Reddit and YouTube haven't been able to get stuff replaced. So anyway, has anyone checked out that new Sky Air X1, I think it is? Looks just like a Mini 4 Pro. What's the deal with that? What's your thoughts on that? Is that DJI clone? Are they licensing things out? I don't know. So that's it. It's in the box. Looks like there's another label in there, and I snatched that. Whoosh. And there she is. Smaller box than it was. When I got my DJI stuff, I bought the Avata first, then the goggles. It was a horrible way to do it. I think I ended up spending more money than it would have been if I just bought the Fly More combo to start with. But Anyway, cellophane all the way around. Nothing looks broken. Let's see over here. U3C1. Let me see. I got my stuff right here. Well, that's a different serial number, I think, for sure. I didn't send the battery. I didn't have any issues with the battery, so I didn't send it. So I still have the 3 original batteries that I got. Drone only. There it is. What is that? Drone Uniquement. And can't pronounce that one over there. So what do you think? Do I open it now and get it ready to go? Or do I open it on the beach in Florida? I don't know. I think I'm going to do it now. Let's get our unboxing day for you. Hey, look, it still has the green tag. It's nice. So I think we're going to be good. I don't know if I should be showing serial numbers online at all. Anyway, let's stop.